Hey love, so today we're going to talk about the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have it right here. I've actually gotten a little bit of use out of it over about the past week. I usually honestly know in one day if I'm going to like a concealer or not. So I'm just going to go through, tell you what I have found about this concealer, how I feel about it, and all of that. First of all, this is the packaging. I really like the packaging. It's very basic, but in a good way. I mean, it's Colourpop. It's super affordable. I believe it was $6. This is what the outside of the box looks like. So the No Filter Concealer, I have mine in Fair 5, which is the lightest shade that they have. See, and of course I'm wearing it right now. I did film a demo, so we will get to that in just a moment. But this is what it looks like on, and I did use a little bit of powder on top of it. So I am going to swatch this against a couple of my other favorite and most used concealers so you can see. The first thing I want you guys to kind of know is that it does oxidize. So I'm going to swatch it now. So I'm going to swatch that right there. Okay. And I'm going to let it sit for a minute. So you can see right there, and then I'll swatch it again so you guys can see. It oxidizes pretty quickly. I can literally see it getting darker in front of my eyes. I don't know if you guys can tell that it's already a different shade. Let the air get to it. It's so much darker. You can see it in the tube. All right, so it hasn't been in my hand for that long at all, but I'm going to show you. So there's it right there, and I'm going to re-swatch it. And you can see the difference already. Look how much darker that is. It looks like it's a completely different shade. So that's my only thing that really bothers me about it. The coverage is really nice. It's pretty full coverage. It blends out really nicely. I would say that if you blend it out right away, it's going to blend easier than if you let it sit. I feel like it sets so nicely that if you let it sit on your face, then it doesn't blend out as nice. When I had filmed the first impression that I actually scrapped because my lash was popping off my face and I didn't know. So I was like, I'll just do a full review instead of a first impression. I let it sit because I took the pictures of it on my face and then blended it out. But today I blended it out right away, and I have been blending out right away, and it just blends so much more nicely. It blends super quickly, super nice. It's not quite as full coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape, but you have to keep in mind this is so much more affordable. I'm going to swatch it against the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade of Fair as well. This is my absolute favorite concealer. I feel like it's most people's. What are you doing? Do you want out? Baby girl. So this is my absolute favorite concealer. I feel like most people love this concealer. So I'm going to swatch this so you can see kind of the consistency difference. It is really close, but you can see the shade difference right there. I do prefer the tone of this one more. I do think that the Colourpop one is initially pretty much that exact shade. If you look at the tube, they look really, really close. So again, this is the Shape Tape. This is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I'm going to swatch another one as well. This is another one of my favorite ones. This one's $6 too, I think. It might be $8. This is the BH Cosmetics one in 101. They now have 2 lighter shades and a white one. This one's definitely much thicker. As you can see, this one's more of a super full coverage. This one covers even better than the Shape Tape. It's a little more pinky. I don't think this one in the Shape Tape oxidizes as much as the Colourpop one. And then the last concealer that I'm going to swatch with it is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream in L1 Neutral. This is the lightest one that I own. And as you can see, the way it swatches, it's really thick. I feel like the consistency of this one is kind of a marriage between those two. But this one just looks so dry under my eye. So now if we want to talk about how they look under the eye, I do feel that the Shape Tape and the Colourpop one are actually very similar. I feel like this one, the Kat Von D one, looks dry under my eye. The BH Cosmetics one looks a little thick, so I have to use it very lightly, but it looks really nice. The Shape Tape is my absolute favorite under my eye, and then Colourpop is actually, I would say, very close. If the Colourpop one had a better shade to it, I think I would be obsessed. I've been using it a lot on my lid. I really like that it doesn't crease on my lid. So even if I don't put a shadow primer on, I can use it as a shadow primer and it works great. It's really just the shade of it, and that's just a totally personal thing. If you are not as fair as I am, and even if you are, it still obviously works. You can see it under my eye right now, and I just used a lighter powder on top of it to kind of lighten it up. It's not dark. It just matches my skin tone, and I like lighter under eye. I don't know, I feel like it gives more dimension to my face. It also makes your under eyes look brighter, obviously, and like bring them out. It highlights them by using a lighter concealer, and I like that look personally right now in my life. I love it. So using this with a white concealer is a very easy fix. Frida Makeup has one, Kat Von D has one. Maybe Colourpop will come out with other ones. I'm sure they're so innovative and they're so on top of it that the chances of them coming out with like correctors and lightening ones is just, I feel like it's a really good possibility. Those are just my thoughts. Again, it blends out nicely. It wears really well throughout the day. I have no problems with it creasing. It's a really good concealer. Oh, it's literally only the shade, so I can't even say that it's not my favorite concealer because I don't know if it could be. It's just, that's literally the only problem is that it oxidizes. One thing that I really like about it is the applicator. As I'll talk about in the video, I only have to dip in once. I'm able to use one side under my eye, one side under this eye, and then kind of whatever's left over on my chin and on like any problem areas. It goes really far. I feel like this is going to last a really long time. And again, that's such a good price for this. So once again, great job, Colourpop. 2 thumbs up from me. If you guys want to see the demo and how it applies, then we will get to that now. Hey loves, so we are going to do a little bit of a demo with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. So I have used this a few times. I have found what I really like it for, what I don't like it for, but we're just going to put it on. I have mine in the shade Fair 5. So I am just going to apply this. Just going to put it on. We're going to go for it. I like that I don't have to dip in twice. Like that's just one side. Oh, one side, and then I flip it over and I can cover this whole bit. I put some down my nose, on my eyelids, a little around my mouth, on those trouble spots that don't want to go away on my chin, and under my nose. Cool. I just put it all over my face. Okay, so we're just going to blend it out. I have found that the quicker you blend it out, the better, because it will set really nicely. So I like to blend. I'm just using a beauty blender. It is damp. See, it blends out really quickly, really nicely. See how nicely that blends out? Super quick. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to set it with a powder. I'm just going to use my Stargazer powder, just a white powder. Obviously, only use this if you're super fair like I am. It's on its very last leg, but I don't know. I just keep using it. I do feel like it would set enough on its own if you didn't want to set it, but I like to. Plus, I wish that it was slightly lighter because I like a more highlighted under eye. So I like using white powder on it, but it works. I'm going to set my lids. I have really thick little creases on my under eye, as you can see. They're just there. They've always been there. So it does settle the tiniest bit in there, but I always put eyeshadow under there and that completely takes care of it. But yeah, so that's what the concealer looks like all set and on, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like with all of the makeup on. All right, love, so that is everything. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Have you tried the Colourpop No Filter Concealer? Are you going to? I can't wait till they come out with a foundation because you know that's coming soon. Girl, they're getting there. I cannot wait till the day comes where I can do an entire face 100% Colourpop. I've done a mostly Colourpop tutorial and I can do another one if you guys want another one. All right, loves, so for real, that's everything. Again, let me know what you want to see next down below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you gonna buy this concealer? Did you buy it? Do you want it? Do you think this is cool? Do you love Colourpop? Are you sick of Colourpop videos yet? Because I got quite a few coming at you. But I think that's everything for real. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe if you have not already. Love y'all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Do you want out? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're crazy. If you can hear Anna meowing, I'm sorry. What are you doing? And normally if you mix it with a white one, it lightens it and... I just dropped it. I can't say how, and like... I look dirty. Girl. So if my hands look dirty, it's just my root spray. I always put foundation, not foundation. Please don't forget to subscribe. I can't speak.